Alright, they're wanting us to do some constructions of these triangles. On this particular one it says construct an equilateral triangle. That means that I've got equal angles, and those angles would be 60 degrees for this line AB. So there's the baseline AB. I'm going to take my set square, my 60-degree set square, and I'm going to line it up there. You can see that that line is in line with my t-square, so I've got a perfect 60-degree angle there. I take a construction line out over there. I can turn that around like that, and I can then draw straight away with a nice pencil line going from A, going straight up to that, at that 60 degree there, and I have an equilateral triangle. Right, that is one of the methods. This one over here, it says construct an equilateral triangle for the side CD and determine the center point. Okay, that's slightly different. I'm going to just show you over here. If I drop a line straight down from the top of this, straight down over here, that would give me the center point. Now they want you to do the same thing, except that using our set squares here, it might get a little bit more complicated. This is not 100% lined up with that. Okay, it's close, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to rather use my pair of compasses. I'm going to take my pair of compasses, set them to this length of CD over here, and I'm going to make an arc coming around, all the way around like that. Okay, construction line arc, I'm drawing a little bit darker than I normally would. Draw another construction line arc coming all the way around like that. And if I draw a line going from that intersection of the two arcs over there down to D, and from the intersection of the two arcs down to C, you will see that I have a perfect equilateral triangle. And you'll also note that if I take that intersection of those two arcs down there and the intersection of the arcs up there, and I draw a line coming straight down over here, just going to use this pen. There we go. And you can see that I have bisected that line at 90 degrees. Right. Over here it says construct a square for the given side AB. Right, when we're doing squares, something that's really useful to know is that a square has got 45 diagonals that go across the center. So if I take a construction line going at 45 degrees like that, and a construction line at 45 degrees like that, and then I can draw a line going from A up to that 45 degree over there, and from B up to that 45 degree over there, and I can then finish off my square quite quickly and easily using the set squares. Right, there we go, there is a square. Right, this one is a little bit more tricksy because it's at a funny angle here. Right, so how do I go about doing that? What I would suggest you do is, first of all, you can draw some arcs going from D, coming around like that. Okay, and you can go from C with the same length as CD, going around like that, giving myself two arcs. Obviously, if I joined that up, I'd have the equilateral triangle. That's not what we're wanting to do. Once I've got those two arcs in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, all right, I can take the set square off there. Watching carefully, I'm going to place these two set squares together, and I'm going to drag the set square back over here. Okay, so in other words, what have I got? I've got this edge of the set square parallel to that line. If I take this set square around like that, and I take a little construction line going up over here from C up to the line over there, I now have that same distance of CD going up to there, and I can slide that across over here and draw a line going down over there. And once I've got that, well, I can fill that in quite easily, and I can draw in a line over here. There we go. And over here, and over there. All right. There's our square done. Okay, and then the last one over here, it says that I need to construct a pentagon. A pentagon is a 5-sided shape, and I'm going to show you the easiest method for doing a pentagon. You take your pair of compasses. Actually, come over here. Take my pair of compasses. I'm going to set them to AB over here, and I'm going to draw a little arc coming around like that, and a little arc coming around like that. Right. If you look at it, if I had to draw a circle going around over here, that would be the center to a hexagon, so a six-sided object. All right, I'll show you that very quickly. Just going to draw construction lines, just showing you the six-sided object over here. So I'm going to draw a line coming across the center over here, and if I take that same radius over there and I pop it over here and make a little mark there, swap it over there, make a little mark over there, you will see that I have got a six-sided object. Let's just draw that as fast as I can. There we go. Just going to use the set square. 60-degree angle there, a 60-degree angle there, a 60-degree angle over there, a 60-degree angle over there, and a line going across the top over here, giving me a hexagon. Now that's 6 sides. They've asked you for a 5-sided object. But before I do that, I'm first of all going to show you if I wanted to get a center to a 4-sided object, what would I do? I draw a 45-degree line there, a 45-degree line there, and if I take my pair of compasses to the center of that, wind it in to where B is, and drew a circle around that, I would end up with a square. Let me just draw that in with a different color over here so you can see it. Note this. I have got a line going from A up to where that intersection with that circle is. There it is. There is my square over there. That's easy enough. Okay. So I have got the center to the 6-sided, the center to the 4-sided object. What comes in between there is a 5-sided object. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have a look at this little piece of line in here. I'm going to try and draw it in so that you can see it. See that line going between 4 and 6? If I bisect that, how do I bisect a line? I'm just going to draw a line coming out like that, and a line coming out like that. And if I draw a line going across like this, what have I done? I've bisected that distance between 4 and 6, which means that I've just found the center to a 5-sided object. Right, if I've done that, take my pair of compasses, set them to the 5-sided center to where B is over there, and I'm going to draw this very dark so that you can see it. There it is, my circle that is going to go around a 5-sided object. Come back over here, set your pair of compasses to the length of AB, and if I drew a line coming straight up over here, line coming straight up over there to the top of that circle, take that distance AB, pop it at the top there, mark off that distance on that side, mark off that distance on that side, and that will give me the 72-degree angle that I need in order to draw my pentagon, which is what they wanted you to do. There we go. There. And over there. And drawing a line going from that intersection of the little arc in the circle. There we go. And going from the top there down to there. And I've got a perfect pentagon. Right. Once you've got that in place, you can see that that's quite a lot of construction to get that pentagon. The advantage of knowing that method is that if I wanted to draw a 7-sided object, well, I can find the center to a 7-sided object by just measuring this distance over here between 4 and 5. Note, it's the same as the distance between 5 and 6. So if I wanted a 7-sided object, I could knock that up over there and draw a 7-sided object from that center, or an 8-sided object from that center, a 9-sided object. You can sort of see what I'm doing there. Right, that's that method. I would not use that method unless they ask me to draw like a seven-sided object. The method that I'm going to show you now for drawing a pentagon is much easier, and it's the one that I highly recommend that you learn how to do. Right, you're going to set your pair of compasses to this radius of CD over here, and you're going to draw a circle coming around like that. You go to CD over there. Note the radius hasn't changed, it's still the same length as CD, and you draw another circle coming around over here. Okay, 2 full circles. You're then going to come down here to where those 2 arcs intersect. Place the point of the compass there. Note, it's going to meet up with C and D over there, and I'm going to draw an arc coming round, which is going to make 2 very important points. That point over there, and that point over there. Once you've got that in place, you'll note that you've also bisected this CD line. Let's get that the right way around. There we go. There is a bisecting line which I can draw going through CD over there. Obviously, all of these lines that I've done are very light constructions. I'm just doing it very dark so that you can see it. Now, I want you to note, you've got that point. You've got a point where this line cuts through CD. Now we're not going to be looking at that. That's a total no-no. Do not try to do anything with that point over there. This is the important point. That point over there where the arc cuts through the bisecting line, you are going to take lines coming from the intersection of those 2 circles over there, going out through where that bisecting line intersects that circle over there, and another line coming from where those 2 circles intersect, going out to this circle over here. Okay, we now have that point and that point, which I can now join up with C and this one going down to D over here. And what have you got there? Well, you've got those 2 beautiful 72-degree angles. I now take my pair of compasses, still set to that CD length, and I'm going to make a little mark there. If I've drawn accurately, it should link up perfectly over there on that center line, and I can now draw in a line going from there up to there, and from there down to there. And there we go. That is the pentagon completed.